Good day everyone, I'm Teacher Chino, and for today's video, we're going to discuss about the policies and guidelines of special education in the Philippines. So without further ado, let's start. So, these policies and guidelines will help us to understand for the common good to all of us that about special education in the Philippines. So let's begin with Article 1, Philosophy, Goals, and Objectives. So Section 1 stated that the state shall promote the right of every individual to relevant quality education. And that is according to Batas Pambansa 232. So the right to education is a fundamental human right. Every individual, regardless of race, gender, nationality, ethnic, or social origin, religion, or political preference, age, or disability, is entitled to a free education. It means that every one of us has a right to access an education, freely regardless of who we are. Education is not just for rich people, but education is for everyone. Even if we have disability, but still we have the right to access the education in our country. You know what? This state shall therefore promote and maintain the quality of access to education, as well as the enjoyment of the benefits of education by its entire citizen. The right to education is a fundamental human right. Section 2 stated that every child with special needs has a right to an educational program that is suitable to his needs, meaning special education shares with regular education basic responsibilities of the educational system to fulfill the right of the child to develop his potential. Section 3 stated that aim to develop the maximum potential of the child with special needs, meaning to enable him or her to become self-reliant and shall be geared towards providing him or her with opportunities for the full and happy life. And also Section 4, the specific objectives of special education shall be development and maximization of learning competencies, as well as the inculcation of values to make the learners with special needs a useful and effective member of the society. One of the specific objectives of this special education is that to develop and maximize those learning competencies of those students, like meaning help those students build their usable skills, their capacity on their skills, like their skills in note taking, studying, test taking, or many more, so that these learners with special education is become more useful and effective in their society. Section 5, the integration or maintenance of learners with special needs into the regular school system and eventually in the community. The ultimate goal of this special education is to integrate and maintain the learners with special needs into the regular school system. So let's proceed to Article 2, the definition and scope. So Section 1 stated that special education refers to the education of persons who are gifted or talented and those who are physical, mental, social, or sensory impairment and cultural differences so as to require modification of the school curricula, programs and special services, and physical facilities to develop them to their maximum capacity. These students may be gifted or talented, fast learner, mentally retarded, visually impaired, hearing impaired, with behavioral problems, orthopedically handicapped, with special health problems, learning disabled, speech impaired, or multiply handicap. Section 2. These policies and guidelines shall apply to all schools and classes, either national or local, public or private, formal or non-formal. It's established under the educational system of the school for the education of children with special needs. Article 3. Identification, screening, assessment, and evaluation of children. Section 1 states that identification, screening, assessment, and evaluation of children with special needs shall be conducted by the school and the community, utilizing appropriate assessment instrument. So, identification and assessment of every child shall be conducted as early as possible. The team approach shall be used in the identification and assessment procedures. The team shall be composed of persons with working knowledge and understanding of children with special needs. So these are the following: parents, families, regular teachers, special education teachers, guidance counselors, school administrators, health workers, social workers, psychologists, and many more. An appropriate assessment instrument shall be developed or adopted in order to identify handicap condition as early as possible. And also, identification and assessment of children with special needs shall be a continuing process. And also, the synthesis of identification and diagnostic information shall be the basis of appropriate educational placement of the child with special needs. So let's proceed to Article 4, the school admission and organization of class. Section 1 states that children with special needs shall enjoy the equality access to formal and non-formal education. Formal and non-formal education, children must enjoy the equality access. Their capacity to learn on their own develops as an awareness of their part of the society. Formal and non-formal education learning helps individuals with decision making and builds self-confidence. Special education is great importance for children with learning disabilities or with special needs because it gives them the opportunity to get the equality in line with their unique needs. It enables every student to gain a high level of independence and reach their full potential. So this section it states also that educational helps for the handicapped child shall be made available as early as possible. And also, every school division shall organize special classes and provide special services for children with special needs. And also, all school at the preschool, whether it's elementary, secondary, and tertiary level, shall admit children and youth with special needs. And also, preschool education and post-secondary education for technical and vocational courses shall be salient features for the formal education of children with special needs. And also, the school entrance age of the child with special needs to formal academic instruction shall follow the current regulation of the Ministry of the Education. Culture and sports, whatever it's that. And he may be admitted anytime during this year if its circumstances warrant such admission, or no age requirement or time limitation shall be imposed for attendance to non-formal education programs. And also it states that only person with special needs shall be eligible for enrollment in special school. And also special educational provision shall be made in hospital schools during treatment periods of handicapped children. And also, an assessment test to determine proper grade placement shall be administered to special students who cannot present in school credentials. Their admission shall be subject to the approval of their regional director. And also, overage students assessed with the Philippine Educational Placement Test but found deficient in communication and other skill shall be admitted provided that they shall undergo remedial instruction in the areas of deficiency. And also, admission requirements for regular students taking degree courses at the tertiary level shall apply to students with special needs. And lastly, adaptation in the administration of college entrance test and other examination given by the Ministry of Education, Culture and Sports, and other agencies shall be provided to meet the needs of special students. So Section 3, the promotion of children with special needs shall follow the promotion policy for the regular grades. So, firstly, we have the promotion from grade to grade or from level to level shall follow the promotion policy for the regular grades. And also the following modifications shall be made for special learners. So the promotion scheme for gifted, talented, and fast learners must be yearly progression, acceleration, finishing at least the 3 grades in the elementary grades in 2 years, and also advanced placement. And also the levels of instruction for the mentally retarded shall be as follow: preschool, lower primary, upper primary, intermediate, advanced, and also post-secondary. And also for the multiple handicap, individualized promotion shall be adapted on a case-to-case basis. So now we're in Article 5, the curriculum content, instructional strategies, and materials. So Section 1 is the curriculum content, structural strategies, and materials. So here are the following. Regular curriculum. Regular curriculum is the curriculum which prescribed for regular children. And also we have modified curriculum, which this curriculum prescribed for regular children with certain adaptation to meet the needs of special children. And lastly, we have the special curriculum. This curriculum is for children with special needs, aimed primarily at developing special adaptive skills to maximize their potential. This curriculum plan shall be research-based, tested successfully on a pilot basis before their implementation on a bigger scale, and evaluated periodically. And these plans shall be accompanied by a variety of instructional materials. The modified curriculum for the visually impaired shall include sensory training. So when we say sensory training, those special instructions in Braille, reading and writing, mathematics, orientation and mobility, Braille music, and typing. And also the modified curriculum for the hearing impaired shall emphasize communication and language development based on the philosophy of total communication, which is tailored to meet the individual's child communication and educational needs. The curriculum, in addition, shall include special instructions in speech and speech reading, auditory training, and rhythm. The multisensory approach shall be maximized, and speech reading, sign language shall be encouraged starting in grade 1, which is Filipino sign language shall be used in the education of the hearing impaired. And also, the modified curriculum for children with behavior problems shall include special activities and instructional techniques for the normalization of behavior with emphasis on normal, civic, and spiritual values, as well as training in livelihood and technical and academic skills to prepare them for the world of work. And also, the curriculum for the physically handicapped child shall include functional exercises. Also, the special curriculum for the mentally retarded shall emphasize training in self-care, socialization, motor, and pre-vocational and vocational skills. For the more severely retarded child, emphasis shall be on development of self-care skills. And also, all special schools shall strengthen their vocational and technical training programs. Arrangements shall be made to enable the child with special needs to attend special courses offered in the regular vocational schools whenever practical. And also a community-based or home-based or any useful alternative special education delivery system shall be established to reach those who cannot avail of regular institution-based programs. And also the last one is the effective guidance and counseling program shall be developed and maintained. So now let's proceed to Article 6, which is the organization patterns. So Section 1 states that children with special needs shall be provided with a variety of educational patterns and services, meaning the access needs of a child shall be the primary consideration. The programs may be organized in a variety of settings, namely first, the integration or mainstreaming. So this refers to the enrollment of a child with special needs in a regular school with additional teaching or care resources. And also we have resource room plan. So under this scheme, the child with special need is enrolled in the regular school program but goes to a resource room to use the specialized equipment either in a tutorial situation or in a small group. And also we have itinerant teacher plan. So under this plan, an itinerant or traveling teacher serve as one or more regular school depending on how many pupils need special help. And also we have cooperative class plan. So in this plan, the child with special needs is enrolled in a special class but receives some of his academic instruction in the regular grades. So in this way, the child is to a variety extent which integrated into regular education. And also we have special class plan. So under this plan, usually pupils with only one type of exceptionality label are enrolled in the special class. This plan is needed for those with more severe problems, which make it impossible for them to learn in a regular classroom setting. So at times they may be with their normal peers, but not usually in academic situation. And also we have special education center. So I know that you guys are familiar with this. So a growing alternative service, this is a growing alternative service delivering system in the special education center, which holds classes for children with special needs within the regular school. Itinerant resource room services, special and cooperative classes are held in the special education center. And also we have special day school. So this type of school serves specific types of children with moderate to severe disabilities. It's offer a range of trained special educators and a comprehensive array of medical, psychological, and social services. And next we have residential school. So the reason for placing a child in a residential school is based on the premise that he can make the greater progress in such setting than in any other. And also hospital instruction. So under this provision, the children confined to hospital, sanatoria, or convalescent homes in a service of special education. The types of children in need of hospital instruction are the severely emotionally disturbed, the profoundly retarded who are bed-bound, or the crippled, and also those with chronic and or serious health disabilities, and recovering patients. Both bedside tutoring and group instruction are made available to the above. And also we have homebound instruction. So homebound instruction, this plan is provided by the local school system to serve the chronically ill, usually the bedridden, the convalescents from operation, which the accident or the temporary illness, the disturbed and the retarded pupils. And last one is the community-based delivery system. So this is a plan for children with special needs who reside in distant communities that cannot avail of existing special education programs. They are reached by teachers, para-teachers, or volunteers trained to teach the basic 3Rs and self-help activities to prepare them for useful and independent living. Article 7, the school plant facilities. Section 1 states that Adequate physical facilities and equipment shall be provided to assure quality education for all children with special needs. So, meaning the school system shall assign buildings and resource rooms and adopt physical facilities to suit children with special needs. The school system shall provide appropriate specialized equipment, instructional materials, and supplies. The requirement for school site, school plans, physical facilities, and classroom size shall be for the purpose of securing permit for operation of special schools, modified in accordance with the type of exceptionality and enrollment size. The minimum requirement for basic classroom equipment for children with special needs prepared by the Ministry of Education, Culture, and Sports, including medical and dental facilities, shall be complied with. And also, Section 2. Buildings and facilities shall be made accessible to persons with special needs. Meaning this step shall be taken to remove architectural barriers to and within buildings. Walkways, corridors, doors, washrooms, and toilet shall be provided to enhance mobility of disabled person. So that's all in my part. The Article 8 and furthermore will be discussed by Ms. Tricia Colasabas. Thank you for listening. God bless you.